Folks, YouTube's AI moderation is only going to get worse. The inevitable result will lead to the deplatforming of all creators who go against the mainstream. And then once they're all gone, the shills will be eliminated because the useful idiots will have served their purpose. And the only people left on YouTube will be the makers of Stranger Things Season 5 and the makers of Game of Thrones Season 8.
I was going to say it's just going to be Indians because it's been a
too.
very Indian failure.
We're on Team Elephant as Hugo coughs up a gut. Yeah, we'll be on Team Elephant. And YouTube will be on Team Indian. So whenever you're ready, Dash, to share your screen, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah. All right. So I'll pull up Hypno's channel. I mean, his X.
Yeah, the reason I phrased this as a question is SNH, which is Saturday Night Hypnosis, Hypnotic's flagship Saturday night show. The reason I say, is SNH worth the platform censorship? Not many people realize this, but every time Hypnotic has ever gotten into trouble on YouTube is because of Saturday Night Hypnosis. Not because of Griffcast, not because of Hypnocast, not because of any of his videos. It's through this panel show, which has had many people come and go over the years for one reason or another, whether they were annihilated by YouTube or whether they, quite frankly, called Hypno racist. Yes, that did happen one time. It's a long time ago, but it did happen. Many other instances of people coming and going. And my way of looking at it as an outsider looking in is this show, as great as SNH is, no one can deny that it is a great show, is it worth getting constantly censored? And this isn't the first time this has happened. This is now the second time Hypno has been banned for a week because of what happened on SNH. Second time. He's only on one strike. The last time it happened was quite some time ago now. But
I remember the last time.
Yeah, it goes to show though where we know the problem is YouTube's AI moderation, right?
Yeah,
but there's nothing we can.
Not only that, and I have a theory. If, for example, Hypnotic would decide to stop SNH and just do his own shows and videos and whatnot, well, I suspect many Hypnotic and bigotverse haters are flocking to especially SNH to find material to fire at him and everyone else. And if SNH would be cancelled, then they would focus their efforts on the next biggest show, for example, Hypnocast on Fridays. And the algorithm and all that crappy stuff that YouTube does because it's incompetent. I'm not inherently against usage of AI, as it's known by now, but I dislike incompetence very much. I'm
sorry to interrupt you, Hugo. I'm just gonna say to Dash, better safe than sorry. Do not play the clip. Because
I will not play the clip. I will not play.
No. It was an innocuous comment that it was while, Cassie was speaking. She was talking about Fable and why she doesn't like it, and she's more than welcome to have that perspective. And as a result, YouTube was like, that's hate speech.
I can't imagine what she could have said. I mean, it's probably something like you can say on YouTube, I bet, and then it just decided to take action on that word.
I stick to my theory. It's a mix between mass flagging of a fertile moment and how the AI algorithm works within YouTube. So utilizing.
If you've watched, well, it's great to see What a name. I'll just call you Boy. How about that? Just call you Boy. Thank you for that. I just want to get this across to people. I don't know if many people on this panel have regularly watched Saturday Night Hypnosis. It's a big show. It's usually got a big panel. Sometimes it has a guest, but not always. And one thing you will find from the show is that it's very competitive. There's a lot of people, and there's not a lot of time. Usually 3 hours for a show, you'd think, oh, it's plenty of time for everyone to speak their minds. It's not. Not with a panel of 9, it isn't. Right? So they're all trying their best to get their word in. They're trying their best to appeal to the viewers and to the host and not alienate one another. It looks easy, but it's in fact very, very hard to be on a show like that and come out on top, especially if you're on it all the time. Okay? So if you put a foot wrong like this, in the short term, everything's fine, right? Everyone rallies together. We're all on the same team. But in the long term, you're fucked. Why? Because the rules of the game, especially on YouTube, constantly change. This is a textbook example. This is going to keep happening, and it's going to get worse, which means the source of the problem, whether it's right or wrong, whether it's agreeable or complete nonsense, the source of the issue has to be removed. Or the show itself either migrates away or gets annihilated. Right? Either by YouTube or by Hypno.
Yeah. Strategic
if it stays
choice.
like this, and I don't want this to happen. I'm just telling you what YouTube is turning into. If it stays like this, and if it keeps going like this, Saturday Night Hypnosis will not exist in the long term. And neither will any of Hypno's channels on YouTube, because what applies to one channel applies to them all. So if one gets annihilated, they all get annihilated.
Yep, that's the
Hypno's
rule.
banned for a week. He can't use any of his other channels either.
Really?
No, he can't. He can't. Because he could get reported for uploading a video on another channel, get flagged for ban evasion, get completely annihilated. Completely. Big problem.
Yeah.
Well, the actual problem is the monopoly YouTube still has. But in the long run, nothing lasts forever, and YouTube is in the fuck around and find out phase, from my point of view. It may take some more years, and it might be something new, not Rumble or Kick or whatever it is around already. At some point, they will have ruined enough, and something else as a platform will emerge.
Yeah.
I agree. I also believe that that's going to take a lot of time, and a lot of livelihoods are going to be ruined before that ever manifests.
That's why it is so important to stay connected via every channel possible.
Yeah, Nick
whether
is
it's
right.
Discord, X, whatever, and all the others. So nobody can get actually cut off. So yeah.
Well, I don't want to sound, merciless when I make this statement. The only way things are going to change for the better, like all things in life, unfortunately, a lot of creators as a whole will have to suffer. Unfortunately, because that's the way the world works, will have to suffer before any genuinely positive change comes out of this, right? Because there have been many attempts to carry people over. Look at the side scrollers and their Rumble project. It's an incredible project, right? Incredible what they managed to achieve. They only managed to transfer over about 10% of their audience. And that's actually very good. That's actually a milestone achievement. Because remember, guys, when they were on Rumble and they were doing those, 24-hour streams, day after day? It was unlike anything I had ever seen. It was a massive success. Raised so many funds, managed to get so many people over, managed to bring in all sorts of different audiences, but only 10% migrated. And that's a best
Neku
case
makes
scenario.
another great point about the migration to Subscribestar. Like, after Patreon started being a dick, about everything.
You gotta get this guy on the show sometime.
Oh, he's been on my show before. Like, he's good friends with the channel.
But you want more homosexuals?
Yeah, we gotta get him on a panel show with Damien, and they'll have a fun time together.
I did offer him to be on at one point. He said he just wanted to be on with me at one point. But yeah, I'd welcome him on if he changes his mind.
You're a very greedy Neko boy, aren't you? You want Dash all to yourself. That's greedy. You got to be willing to share and taste some new flavor, like Damien. Galaxy will just punch you. That he's not a fan of that sort of thing. But I just want to get it over to people that the only way YouTube's monopoly will fade away, because it won't collapse, right? It will fade away over time, is for a lot of creators of many different sizes, of many different shapes, to suffer and to lose everything. And I'm not talking about one or two, I'm talking about hundreds, talking about thousands of prominent creators, right? Hey, think of a creator like a prominent pop culture creator, for example. They would likely be, under the scenario where tangible positive change happens and an alternative can finally rise against YouTube, that prominent creator, that the first thing you can think of would have to be deplatformed. And then think of all of their compatriots, all their friends, and then all of their friends, because that's what it's going to take. Sadly.
Like, just think about what would happen if Twitch banned. I know, Damien, you're not going to like this, but like, what if Twitch banned Asmon? What would happen?
I would be so happy because I hate Asmon.
Well, yeah, Damien would be happy. I know a lot of people wouldn't be happy, but let's face it, right? We know that Asmongold could survive, right? He'd go over to Kick, go over to another platform, make a name for himself, survive, right?
Not only that, Asmon did that, what many fail to do.
Exactly.
For example, Neurotic. Not Neurotic.
Ninja.
No, crap. I mixed that up. Coffee brand, coffee guy. I mean,
quarter pounder.
Quartering. Thanks.
Oh,
Asmongold has, last I heard, 6 businesses or even more, completely independent from content creation. So yeah, to those who are actually very successful, don't put every egg in the same basket. You have the opportunity, be wise about it.
But let's face facts here, right? The vast majority, let's focus on the prominent creators, right? Because we know for a fact that up-and-coming creators, established creators, if they're wiped out from YouTube, they will never return. They won't. They'll just be annihilated. They'll fade away. No one will remember them in the long term. And that's a sad fact, right? Let's face it. Of all the prominent creators that we know, that we're aware of in the zeitgeist, not many of them would survive deplatforming in terms of a livelihood, right? Not many. Some would. Asmongold would, but the quartering isn't. And I think we're going to get more quarterings than we are Asmongolds. Let's face facts here.
Depends how popular the content creator is and the relationship with his audience, because quartering pissed a lot of his own audience off.
So did Boogie.
Yeah.
Remember Boogie?
Yeah, Boogie, I remember Boogie. I remember when he held a gun to someone.
Yeah.
I'm noticing a pattern. It seems like the UPs don't manage to stay famous for long.
Jesus Christ, Damien. Boogie was like famous for a decade.
Yes, but it seems like he was finally weighed down.
Oh, shots fired from Damien, the emaciated twink.